Hello everybody and welcome to Thrifty Thursday. Hope you guys are having a great day today. Today we're going to be doing an open tag for Paddy's Potato Pillars. This is a response to his Magnificent 7. And we're just going to lay these out here and kind of go over each one. Let everybody roll in here and get the audience filled up. What do we got in here right now? Everyday Cody and myself. So we are literally alone in the chat. But we're going to give it a couple minutes. We're just going to go over a couple of knives that are essentially budget knives that are, some of my favorites. Some are, I would just say they're just sort of a variation of different things. Not all similar, but all knives that I like a lot and that are of good value. But yeah, I don't really want to get started to an audience of 0, so we're just gonna kind of chill for a minute here and see if we can get some people in here. I guess first I'll just introduce the different knives. So this one's a little different. It's probably not one that a lot of people are aware of. It's an Italian brand. It's Michele Ferraccio, and this is the CMF02. And this particular knife I got from Chicago Knife Works, and I'm not able to find it available for sale right now, but they have others similar to it. So you might have to, if you're interested in this knife, may have to, take another selection. But I would think that the build quality of the others are pretty similar. The ones that have this imitation bone handle. So what it is just a simple folder, and it's got a pull on it that's just crazy good. It's a massively slicey blade. This is a very thin blade all the way across. You can see that's a clip, or kind of a modified clip blade. Has a little bit of an upsweep here at the end, and got this brass colored bolster here, but the pull on it is what makes the knife. It's just super stiff. Makes for a really good work knife. You never have to worry about that closing down on you. The pull on it's probably about a 9. It's way up there. And again, if we look at the steel on the blade here, you can see it says Siciliano, made in Italy. And what does this have here? It says their tank stamp, and there it is M Ferraccio, right? And it's a stainless steel blade. I can't remember right offhand what the blade steel is on this, but I want to say it's a higher end steel. It's not just the normal, like 70 at CR or anything like that. I would have had time to look that up, but totally didn't know which knives I was going to pick ahead of time. Really just kind of went through a few of the knives and it was like, man, I really like that one. But this is like I said, any of these Ferraccio knives that you can find like this imitation, I think, bullhorn, right? Really good quality knife for the price, and they start, I think I got this one for $19. So yeah, we're way down in the budget realm there. Get an Italian made knife. No, the handle material is not genuine bullhorn, but still is a attractive piece. And since this is a larger knife, you're looking at like a 4.5 inch knife, it's good to have a bail here so that you can wear that on the exterior. Put that on a belt loop, clip it to a belt loop, something like that. But yeah, I want to welcome everybody into the chat. Didier, Byron, thanks for coming in. And Didier is from Belgium, so hello from Belgium, he says. Byron, didn't get a notification, so you're running late. Well, yeah, that seems to be a problem. Didn't set up the stream till about 15 minutes before, 20 minutes before, so I don't know how long it takes sometimes for the stream to notify people that it's going to start. But we always try to start at 2 o'clock. That's why we schedule it, in advance. Sometimes I'm not able to get the notification out. So if you're here around 3 o'clock on Thursday, 3 Eastern, we should be rolling right around that time. Okay, so anyway, there's the first one. And this is like I say, about 4.5 inches. So yeah, that's not going to be the easiest carry for the front pocket, but definitely just clip it to the old belt loop and you got yourself a really good work knife. There's a blade, like a nearly 4-inch blade there, 3 3/4 inches. Cutting edge right almost 3.5 almost. So super quality construction, and I really like the pull on it. And again, this thing's like just razor sharp. Let's see if we can find a piece of paper, just kind of give you an example. Very much slicey, like a Opinel would be, or any kind of a knife like that. This would be great for food prep. Definitely can see how sharp that is. I mean, these are just super slicey. So I definitely recommend, if you're looking for something that is a good slicer and you want to use a pocket knife for your food prep, something stylish and traditional style, and you can't go wrong with this knife. It's kind of like the more durable version of an Opinel, you know what I mean? Like the reason you might use an Opinel, but with a much more durable build to it. I really like it. And this particular style, like again, this is I'll show you guys that we're coming late into the room. It's CMF02. That's the model number for that, and they've got all these other styles that you see here on the side. So quite a few different patterns to choose from. But again, these are out of Italy, and if you want to take a look at the website, here you go, www.ferraccio.it, out of Frosinone, Italy. Pretty cool knife. So that's definitely among my Magnificent 7. I really appreciate that knife. Now here's another that I'll just go ahead and get out of the way, because I'm probably going to get a lot of frowns when this one shows up. But this is a Frost Caliber brand Barlow. And the reason I bring this one in is because so many Frost knives do really kind of just suck. And I can understand why they have the reputation they have. They built it upon themselves because they made some pretty crummy knives, and there's no excuse for it, and it is what it is. But you can't write them off entirely. There are some patterns that they make that are pretty well made, and this is a Barlow that they make from the Caliber brand. You can see not a whole lot of reason to complain about any gapping or problems with the springs there. You get a nice clean bolster. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the bullet. I mean, I could probably do away with that, but with this particular one, it kind of hides itself. It's not real out there. I mean, it kind of blends into the handle a little bit, so that's kind of, to me, a little bit of a plus. But the sagebrush handle you get on here is pretty nice. This is the, let me see if I can find the box for this one. Well, the model number is CAL163. So you get these blades have been sharpened. I put an edge on them, so that why they're not going to look like that when you get them out of the box. But they are sort of a curved bottom there on them. I didn't like profile it that way. That's just the way it came. I just evened it out. But you have this sort of a swoop to it. But they have a really nice pull and snap. You can hear that. So the walk and talk on these is super nice. So I'm super impressed just by the blade pull and the snappiness of the blades. Here, I did this one as well. You can see I didn't get that one quite as even as the other side, but yeah, I did sharpen these a little bit. I was more or less just practicing on this. I wasn't trying to be perfect. I think this is one of the first knives I used to practice on with my work sharp. So they're not perfect. I mean, it's obvious that the evenness of the blades are not great, but you can see they're still plenty sharp. No, they're not going to be like that Ferraccio, but I can definitely get through some boxes and whatnot. So not super sharp, but you can get it better than what I've got it. I was, again, just still kind of working on the work sharp when I first got it, playing around. But I didn't want to use a super expensive knife to just kind of use as a practice tool. But yeah, these are really solidly built. Again, $15 for these. Or what is that? No, not even 15. They're $13. So if you're looking for something inexpensive, you know, just kind of throw around, don't worry about beating up. That's not going to just completely blow up on you. There you go. Nice, inexpensive Frost brand caliber Barlow. Alright, so up next we got... Let's see if we can check out these the chat here and see what we've got. Alright, so Relky Fox is in here, KJ Gas, Jose Gonzalez, Rusty Knife Lover, and Williams Knife Life. Thanks for coming in, guys. We're just kind of going over the Magnificent 7 open tag response to Paddy. And it's not a what do you call it, Steel Warrior, because they use different names, I guess. And I guess it's the same build. They just rebrand it, right? They've got like 20 different brands or more. And this particular one is Caliber because of the bullet on it. And if you look at the tang, you can see it says Caliber on there with a little bullet on it. So yeah, it's a Frost brand. So whether it's the same as a Steel Warrior, I mean, it's pretty much all the same, right? But again, like, there's only certain patterns that I would buy from Frost, and that just happens to be one of them. Alright, up next we're going to look at Queen City here. And do you have a link for this, Cody? Maybe you can throw that up there if you do. I don't know. I know you looked up the price for me. The Queen City, it's a little more expensive for a cub block back than some of the others, but I still feel like for what you're getting, it's worth it. It's just like $23, $24. They may have been a little bit cheaper when they first came out on Chicago Knife Works, so you might check there. But anyway, they're in that, you know, $20 to $25 range, somewhere in there, I want to say. But you do get this really nice looking abalone on the knife, and for a small knife, in a small package, one that'll fit in your fifth pocket, this is just a really tough knife to beat for size and the amount of durability and work that you can get done with a smaller knife. You can ask Mr. William about how well it cuts, because I know for certain that he had a cub block back that he tore himself up with and has a scar to prove it. So yeah, let's hear from William. What do you have to say about a cub block back, William? Really good knife though, that you can use, you know, a 3-finger grip on, because you got that forward finger choil there and just kind of rest in your hand. So for a pretty durable little knife, I've never sharpened this. This is the factory edge on this. So I don't know how well this is going to work. But there you have that. Nice little dagger type blade. Just super useful for, you know, those small tasks. And this is a really stout fifth pocket carry. I mean, for a fifth pocket carry, this one's pretty stout. See the springs on that, really well done. Again, Queen City, if you're not familiar, they are just one of the brands that Smoky Mountain Knife Works has acquired. So they're making knives under the Queen City name now, out of the same factories that they're making all the Rough Riders and so forth. So yeah, that's a winner there. You can get cheaper ones if you want, but I just felt like for this money, have a nice little gentleman's carry with a nice handle. Go ahead and spend the extra coin and get you one you can really be proud of. What are you calling this pattern? This pattern's called a cub lockback for the most part. Yeah, got the locking mechanism. There you go. Cub lockback. Alright, so I'm going to take a look at the chat for a sec. Yeah, so every day Cody threw up the link if you want to take a closer look at that Queen. A couple of different places there to check it out. Okay, Smoky Mountain Knife Works for $25. There you go. Yeah, it's in that range. I think you can get a little bit cheaper elsewhere, but it's in that range, $20 to $25. William, where are you at? Yes, it's nice. It will cut. Yeah, he got a nasty cut from it. Next, this is a brother. This is the Brother Cowfish. The official model number, I suppose, is, what is it, 1503. Now these, you pretty much have to go, if you're in the US, you pretty much have to go through Amazon to get them. I've not really seen them on any other American website to acquire the Brother knives. And if you're familiar with Watchman, Watchman is like the parent company to Brother. And so then you have Watchman knives and Watchman Brother knives. So yeah, this is a Brother, and I think it's one of their higher end stuff. The Watchman's maybe a little lower end, but you get a genuine you know, shin bone here in the white color here. The sword shield, it's really well inlaid, and the pins are nice and smooth, but you get all stainless hardware, I believe. And even the back springs, you don't have any brass there. That's all stainless. But the blade shape on this is just, I thought this kind of makes the knife kind of unusual. You get this nice grind, and then in the upper part of the grind you have the nice rectangular nail nick there with this nice pronounced swedge at the end. So the blade profile and the blade shape and the grind, all of it working really well together, and you get this nice plunge grind that's maybe would have been a little better to have a choil a little further out, but other than that, I think you'd be okay. It could be a little better with that sharpening choil, but it's not too bad. But you get VG10 blade steel on this, and it's a lockback, and it's pretty compact. So the total length is only about, 3 5/8, maybe about the size of a canoe, about the same shape and size as a canoe. But of course, just a single blade and then the locking mechanism. But these run, what are these? I don't have the price right in front of me, but if you want to look that up for us, Cody, it's the Brother 1503 Cowfish. And I want to say they run under $40. So while not the most affordable, you're getting a lot for your money with that VG10 and that compact size and the quality construction. I think it's a good value even at that price. and pretty attractive knife. I really like the smoothness of it, and that blade shape. The fact that it's a locking knife, comfortable in the hand. I can get 4 fingers on it. This one's hanging off a little bit, but still, you get that bolster at the end there, and it's a comfortable knife to use. And of course, with it being a lockback, you don't have to worry about it ever folding up on you. But there you have that. That's the Brother Cowfish. $25 to $30. Okay, thank you, Cody. So $25 to $30 range. It's even more affordable than I thought. And again, VG10 steel, really well made. And Brother makes a lot of good knives. You're pretty much hard to go wrong with any Brother knife. I've got several others that I could have chosen instead, but I think that one is my favorite amongst the Brother knives. Alright, next I've got one I've talked about quite a bit, and it's, you know, it's becoming one of those perennial, you know, appearance type knives that makes appearance on the channel because it's just so great. I know that this is like $15 or less when they were still available. Hopefully they still are available. You want to give us a price on that one as well, Cody? This is the model number blah 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 blah. What is it? 2173. Yes, the 2173, which is the Blue Mule, elephant toe or sunfish, whichever you prefer. This has the equal ends, so I guess more people would probably call this the sunfish, I suppose. But it's got the blue G10 handle, nothing fancy about it, nothing going on crazy with the bolsters or anything like that. It's a very generic type of knife for the reason that they named it, which is just because it's supposed to be like a work knife. That's why they call it the Blue Mule series. Very straightforward blue collar design, no fancy schmancy going on with it. You don't have any swedges. You do have a mill match strike pull, but you get that awesome lock up on this. The pull is super nice, like 7.5, and you get that awesome spear point blade with the half stop. Let's listen to the close and the lock up. So it's very, very high quality action on this one, and for the price it's just stupid good. Very durable knife. Do a lot of things with it. Now here's your secondary blade again, another spear point, just the match strike pull on it. 21 RR 2173. So there's the link to that one for $14.38 at Knife Country USA and $19 on White Mountain Knives. I know you can get a discount on White Mountain Knives. Several of the content creators have a discount code for 10%. So if you get it there, you're looking at another $1.90 off that price. Again, I'm going to catch up on some chat here and see what was going on. VG10, it's been a while since I saw a knife in that steel, but VG10 is totally fine by me. That's right, it's definitely better than just your normal 440A that Rough Rider would use. Brother knives are very nice looking too. Yeah, they have a lot of selection, and I just have yet to get one that I was disappointed by. So Brother Knives is doing a really good job, and they really do make their knives really affordable for what you get. In fact, they're a lot like Rough Rider Reserve, if I had to kind of point to something that were similar to, potentially even made in the same factory. I couldn't say that for sure, but I have my suspicions that they are. So, also the let's see what else we got here. Don't you just hack off one if not? Oh yeah, okay, yeah, somebody's getting cut. Yeah, that's right. You like the like the fifth pocket Itos? Yeah, they have the mini ones too. I haven't really gotten any of those. Yeah, buffalo toe. Alright. Looks like a sunfish to me. Yeah. They're all about the same. I mean, if you want to split hairs, they have some that have like a small, what do you want to call it? They just kind of narrow at one end just slightly. Maybe like an eighth of an inch smaller on one bolster than the other. But they're all pretty similar. And again, this one's the one that's the same size on both sides. Alright, so up next, another brand that I'm really fond of. This is the Joker Nc08. Now I think this is a $32 knife, and these are available again. They've been out of stock for a while on Amazon, so if you're fond of this knife, you might want to jump on it today, because Amazon just restocked some of these. I think they have about 12 or so left in stock, and this is real stag. This is the real deal, and look how thick that material is on there. This is real deer stag, and you just don't see that a whole lot anymore, especially in this price range. You know, for $32, are you kidding me? This is a pretty large knife. Might be a little more difficult to carry because of its width and its length, but I could see maybe carrying a small holster and putting that in there on your side, or maybe your back pocket. 4.5 inches total length on this one, but that's some serious material for $32. Alright, and you get that non-cluttered bolster, really well constructed. You want to take a look at the back there. It's polished, no gaps or anything that's crazy like that. Blade centering really good. And check out this blade. Right, nice hollow grind on it. You can see that grind. Ooh, yeah. Concave. Right? And this has got some kind of steel I'm not real familiar with. Maybe some of you guys will know better than I. But it's that mauve 1.4116. This is a Spanish-made knife. But I've been told that that particular blade steel is similar to a 440C, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a little higher quality than a Rough Rider would have. Pretty well regarded. Now this one's called the Joker Pointer, and again the model number on that is Nc08. I know William's shown several different Jokers, and I'm pretty sure he's shown this one. If not, he's got something real similar to it. But this is the larger of the pointers. They have actually a whole series of pointers, and this is one of the larger ones. And this particular one has the finger grooves on it. Some of them are just smooth, but this one has the finger grooves, and you get a total length there, right about 8 inches, maybe just slightly over. That blade is 3 5/8, right? Cutting edge, 3 1/8 maybe. So these are just super well made, smooth. They release easily. None of that craziness where you have to work super hard to get them released. I hate that. This is really nice and easy to release. In fact, what I can do is show you. See how easy that is to push. I mean, that's not going to release on accident or anything, but you're not killing yourself to close it. So, another one I'm really fond of. Joker Nc08. And again, those are about $32 on Amazon. You can get them right now if you want. I know they were there because I just looked it up before we got on the show here. So, there you have that. If Cody wants to throw up a link. Okay, so there you go. There's the blade steel. 56 to 58 hardness. Yeah. $40 on Amazon. It's 16 of them left. So, not really a fan of the billboarding on the blade, but yeah. I mean, I thought they were 40. I thought they were 32, but you're saying they're 40, huh? $40? Oh no, $31.40. I'm sorry, misread that. So there you go, 32 bucks. Yeah, it's not, it's not one of those things that stands out really. It's on there, but they kind of made it to where you don't see it from all angles, I guess is the way I'm saying it. It's not like bold black or whatever. No, it doesn't stand out all that much, but there you have that. Alright, and one of my favorite Rough Riders for budget, and just, kind of grown to love it over time. I think Paddy actually included this knife in his Magnificent 7. I was going to try to find something else, but I was like, man, this knife's just too good. You've got this half hawk here, and even despite the fact that it's got that RT bolster on it, I really like this knife. This is from the Carbon 2 series, or Classic Carbon 2 series. You get this black micarta, and this particular micarta has a little more grip than most of the other micarta that Rough Rider uses. So for that, I like that a lot. It's a single blade design. Has a little bit of a gap there. Not perfect. It's pretty severe, actually. Not great for gappage. Can definitely have a bone to pick about that particular one. But if we set that aside, you do get the blue underliners there, which is kind of an attractive little color cue. Pewter shield, which doesn't really stand out as much as some of their other shields. And you get T10 carbon on the blade. Nice pull on it. Again, kind of like the Ferraccio, you get a really sturdy pull on it that you can be confident with. Swedge on that handle there. Kind of aggressive looking nail nick there with the match strike pull. This might actually be one of the few nail nicks with that match strike that I could say, hey, you might actually be able to strike a match pretty easily with it, because it's pretty wide and large. So that actually might be a legitimate mill strike, match strike. Pull on it, like I said, pretty stout on the last 90 degrees. So it's probably about an 8 from there to there, and maybe about a 6 from here to here. So they got it right. Just really comfortable in the hand. There's a blade length here of about 3 inches, just shy of that, maybe about 2 7/8. And you got a cutting edge, about 2.5. But yeah, this is model number, whatever is it? I'll have to look it up. 2213. And I want to say you can probably get these for right around 15 bucks or less. Maybe even less right now if you picked it up on Smoky Mountain Knife Works, if they are eligible for the discount, which they have a 20% discount going on right now. You could pick that one up. Total handle length on that one, ooh, just shy of 4 inches, about 3 7/8. So yeah, I was just thinking the same thing, KJ, that it might have gone down because of the sale price. Alright, so I'm going to take a look at the chat, get caught up really quick here. See if there's anything I missed. I'm going to go ahead and thank everybody for coming in. We have Daniel Porter in, Didier, KJ Gass, Mike Curtis, and Williams Knife Life sitting here right now. So thank you guys for coming in. Okay, so there's the Rough Rider 2213 for $15. So thank you for that link there every day, Cody. If you guys aren't familiar, and I've talked about this last week, but I forgot to mention it earlier, KJ, or Everyday Cody is the same moderator as Benchmade Bro, just had a name change due to creating a new channel. So this is Benchmade Bro, same guy. That's your moderator today. So thank you, Everyday Cody. Like that pattern a lot. Yeah, half hawk. And I'm going to be reviewing a new one. I just picked up, well, I haven't gotten it yet, but I've ordered the half hawk with the bolster lock. So we're going to compare, that one to this one, see if there's any differences in it. Now that one won't have the T10 carbon blade like this one, but I think it's going to be like 440A or maybe even B. Yeah, you were gonna include. Yeah, you did that video. It's tough, isn't it? It's such a great knife. It's hard to pass up. I mean, once I saw Paddy had his, it's kind of hard to get out of my brain. It's just a great. I just like that it's the single blade, because they make quite a few of these with two blades, and I just don't like them quite as much. So yeah, I got what you're saying there, William. Yeah, I think he already did. Did he? He already did a Magnificent Seven. Yeah, he already did it. You got the large Stockman in that. Yeah, and this Carbon Classic too. Yeah, it's a great one. Yep. But there you have it. That's my Magnificent Seven. Hope you guys enjoyed that. It's really hard for me to pick 7 or do like these top number of knives. I mean, I could probably swap 40 different knives out, but when you get a knife like this that's unique, it kind of stands out, with a blade shape like that, that's just not something that you can replicate. Like, I can't think of anything else quite like this knife. So for those reasons, I tried to pick some variation here, but at the same time pick something that you can't just buy 12 different kinds that are exactly the same. Now, I think this actually comes in a carbon fiber option too, but it's the same pattern. But other than that, where are you going to find a cowfish? I mean, I don't know. I don't know where you're going to find one. Just really cool. And with Joker doing things like that, putting those big beefy handles on there, I mean, there's not a lot of brands putting that kind of quality material on their handles. So again, like, just something that's kind of unique. With this, you can buy 40 different knives like this, but I feel it's important not to overlook Frost. I mean, they have the history that they have. Like Tobias says, they're probably responsible for introducing more knives to people than anyone on the planet, because of their channel that they used to run, with all their really inexpensive knives on that TV network that they would use, the Cutlery Corner. So I mean, you got to give them props to at least kind of getting people into knives, even if ultimately they move on to something a little higher end. With this particular knife, I like the fact that it's in the basic style series. To me, they kind of had an agenda on what they wanted to accomplish with this style of knife, with just being a Blue Mule series, really basic and straightforward, no frills, no BS, just make a work knife that's solid built and affordable. So I really just love this series, and among that series, I think this is probably the top knife in there. That or the Canoe. I also like the Canoe very much in that series. Well, this one's just a massive surprise. I never tried this brand before, and I was just super impressed with how great that knife blade is. I mean, again, if you guys didn't see it earlier, it's just no effort at all required to just slice through anything. So if you're looking for like a food prep knife, look no further than this. This is again, I don't know if you guys caught this early on, but the Michele Ferraccio, and this is the CMF CMF02. CMF02. But a little big for maybe a front pocket carry, but you got that little bail there that you can use, little shackle, clip it on your belt. Again, this for the small knife, it's kind of an all-star. Really stout for its size, fit pocket carry. It can do pretty much any small task that you require. Got a stout blade, very sharp. And this to me is just kind of the epitome of what Rough Rider should be doing more frequently. This to me is almost to the level of a Rough Rider Reserve, but for like half the price. So how do you beat that? Well, how do you beat it? You get rid of the bolster. But other than that, I think it's a fantastic knife for the money. $15, hard to beat that. Nice lock up on there. Really like the blade shape too. So there you have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the whole review here, and thank you to Paddy for initiating the open tag. And go check out William's channel and see his Magnificent 7. Okay, William, I see you got the stickers. Excellent. Yeah, that bolster lock one, that one looks really attractive to me. It's got the nice saw cut bone red handles, and I'm interested to see how much that's going to compare to this one here, that Rough Rider that they've just recently released with the bolster lock. Yeah, they still run the Cutlery Corner on YouTube if you're interested. Frost does. It runs like almost 24/7. And it's funny sometimes because while I can't say for certain, I think there's some people on there that host that take a little nip of some whiskey during the day because they sound like they're a little tossed sometimes, and it's kind of entertaining. Yeah, T10 is a lot like 1095. Yeah, it's using, okay, yeah. So yeah, just it's an interesting blade still, not one that you see a ton of. T10, it's pretty good. And it'll take a wicked edge. There you go, Daniel. Thanks for that. Only the best deals on Cutlery Corner. Yeah, well, you got to watch yourself. They do offer some case knives on there from time to time, which are really nice. But they do offer a lot of junk, so you just got to watch yourselves. But thank you, guys. I've rambled on long enough, I guess. And I'll see you guys next week, Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. We will catch up with you next week. All right, guys. Take care.